Hello friends, today I am going to give you a brief introduction about cryptography. So before starting cryptography, I will give you a reasonable definition for cryptography. Cryptography is a method of protecting information and communications through the use of codes so that those for whom the information is intended can read and process it. So it's just like when you are sending a message to someone else, so you have to make it in such a code word or language or whatever you want, so that only the person for whom the information or that message is intended, he or she can get information and nobody else in between. So that is what basically cryptography does. So can you think of some of the uses of cryptography? I'm sure that you might be knowing many of it. So think in your mind where cryptographies are used. The first thing that will come to your mind is in banking applications. So whenever you are making a online or mobile banking transactions, you need to encrypt your data. We will see what are encryption, decryption, and those things in later in this video only. But whenever you are making a transaction for by using mobile applications, you need to encrypt your data so that nobody else can steal your money. So let's say person A is sending 1,000 rupees to person B. Okay, and when he's sending the money, one person, let's say person C, is um, keeping a track of the transaction that what person A is sending to person B. So if you say that person A has sent a request that send rupees 1,000 to account number 123, that is the account number of person B. Okay, so if C is seeing that transaction, what C will do is instead of B's account number, C will put his own account number, and all the money which was intended for person B, it will come to person C account number. So that is why we need to encrypt the data so that nobody can change the data. So that is one part of cryptography, to make the message confidential. Nobody can change it or see it, and maintain the integrity of data, that nobody should change it. If they are changing it, the person will come to know that the message has been changed. Okay, so let's see some more example of devices and application where we can use cryptography. So whenever you are browsing on a web browser, so if you go to google.com or facebook.com or many more website which you are using, they are using https protocol. So https is secure http protocol, which uses cryptography for securing your data. Similarly, all the applications, not all means most of the application in a mobile also uses cryptography for securing your data. So if you are using WhatsApp, you will see that there is end-to-end encryption provided by WhatsApp. It means that your data has been encrypted and sent to the person for whom it was intended to, and only that person can see the data. Even WhatsApp can't decrypt your data and see the data. So it is end-to-end encryption. Similarly, Facebook Messenger or Yahoo Messenger and those all application which you are using for chatting to your friends, those are using cryptography for encrypting your data. Now nowadays IoT devices are used a lot. So there are smart watches, there are even smart cars, smart city are being developed. So millions of IoT devices are being used, and they need to send their data for processing and giving meaningful information. So to protect that data also, we use lightweight encryption. uh, I'm not going deep into what lightweight encryption is, but it's like these IoT devices are so small that they can't have that much processor to use a very heavy algorithm to encrypt the data. So a lightweight encryption algorithms are being used by these devices, which need very less processing to encrypt the data. So that are the part of cryptography which we will talk about in this entire course. So let's not go too deep into it. Just just for your information, IoT devices are using cryptography for encrypting your data. So if you will see around you, all the devices, electronic devices which you are using, mostly they are using cryptography for encrypting your data. Okay, so these were some of the examples of cryptography. Now I would like to talk about cryptology, of which cryptography is just a part. So coming to cryptology, cryptology is uh, confined of cryptography and cryptanalysis. So cryptography is the part where we will encrypt the data, decrypt the data. We will use some protocols for sending the data, and how the two parties or three party will interact with each other. So this is, you can say, for genuine people. But cryptanalysis is how to break that encryption or ciphertext. So cryptanalysis is done by mostly the hackers to steal your information or to steal your money and many things. So you can say that good people uses cryptography and bad people uses cryptanalysis. So these two combinedly makes the cryptology. So in course we are going to learn about cryptography and not cryptanalysis. So let's see some of the basic terminologies used in cryptography. So the first terminology is plain text. So anything which is in clear text is named as plain text. So whenever you are sending a message or writing a message, it will be in plain text, which is human readable and understandable. So that is called plain text. The next thing is encryption. So encryption means you are using some cryptography algorithm to change the texture of your plain text so that any person who is reading won't be able to understand that what it is exactly written. So that is called encrypting your plain text. And finally the output of that thing is called ciphertext. So ciphertext is plain text which is encrypted using some key. Okay, for encryption we need key. We will see this in a few minutes. Then uh, that plain text was intended for somebody. So that person will get your ciphertext and he will decrypt that ciphertext using some other key or the same key to get back the plain text. So changing the ciphertext back to plain text, that process is called decryption. And while you are learning about cryptography, um, you will come to hear about Alice, Bob, Eve, or Oscar. So Alice and Bob are those two persons who will interact or who will send message to each other. Those are like legitimate people in cryptography. And Eve or Oscar, sometime you will see Eve, sometime you will see Oscar. These are the hackers or bad people who want to steal your information. So these three or four people are basically, you will see in every textbook that they are using only these three four people for making you understand the concepts of cryptology. Okay, and the last terminology is channel. So channel is like whenever you are sending a message, so you are end person, message for whom it was intended to the second person, but the you can say the path the message took from you to the intended person, that path is called channel. So nowadays you will say that internet is one of the channel because everything is connected to internet nowadays. Even lined wires are also channels. Your routers, your switches, those everything are a part of channel. So I will show you through a diagram that what is the basic thing happening in cryptography. So here we see that Alice and Bob want to communicate. Alice want to send a message to Bob, and that message is X, and that message has to go through a insecure channel. Insecure channel means many people are already connected to this channel, so it's not secure like internet. Thousands or millions of people are connected to internet at a single point of time, so it's not a secure channel. So your Eve or Oscar is also connected to that insecure channel. So let's say Alice is sending its message X, that is in plain text, to Bob, and for that this message has to go through this insecure channel. So it's going from Alice to insecure channel. It's finding its part how to go to Bob, and after that this message will go to Bob. So Bob will get X here. But as you can see that Eve is also connected to this insecure channel. Eve will be also able to see that message X. So your message is not secure here because anyone can read that. So to protect your message from Eve or Oscar, what you need to do is you have to encrypt your data. So here what we will do is, let's say I will use a encryption algorithm. Okay, and for encrypting this I need a key. So Alice will send its message X to E, and after encryption that message will become Y, which no one can understand because it's been encrypted using the key, let's say key K. Okay, and Bob already has that key K. So whenever Bob is getting this uh, Y ciphertext from insecure channel, what Bob will do, Bob will use decryption algorithm using the same key K, and after decryption that Y will be converted to X again, and Bob will get the message what Alice has sent to the Bob. Okay, so this is why we need cryptography for this encryption and decryption. So here we saw that same key is being used, that is key K. So whenever you are using same key, this is called symmetric key cryptography. In further videos, you will come to know that there are some cryptographic algorithm where you need to use different key, not the same key. So when you are using different key, that is called public key cryptography, because the two different key being used are public key and private key. So that is asymmetric key cryptography or public key cryptography. So we will see those things in a later video. This is before completing this video, I would like to talk about what is Kirchhoff's law, Kirchhoff's principle. So first, let me ask you one thing. What do you think that should we keep the encryption algorithm also private, or we should not reveal that encryption algorithm to anybody in the world, that is secure? Or if we tell everyone that this is the encryption algorithm I'm using and this is the algorithm behind this encryption algorithm, so mathematical formulas and whatever they are using in that algorithm, So should it be revealed to the world or should it not be revealed to the world? Which one is secure? So most of you will think that we should hide the information about encryption algorithm also, and it will make the encryption algorithm more secure. This was done till early 1970s. That encryption algorithm was also made like private, or it was not revealed to the world. But then Kirchhoff principle came into act, where Kirchhoff told that a crypto system should be secure even if the attacker, here Oscar or Eve, knows all the details about the system with the exception of the secret key. So as per Kirchhoff principle, a encryption algorithm should be secure even if we know all the details of that algorithm, that how that algorithm is working, how encryption is taking place, but only the key is kept secret. So let me tell how this works. So if I made algorithm myself, okay, and if I have made that algorithm, I will think that this algorithm is perfectly secure and I will tell people to use it. But if I am keeping that algorithm secret, so nobody knows what going within the secret within that algorithm, but they will come to know about this y. This y is in ones and zeros, because you know that everything happens in internet or a computer world is in ones and zeros. So even without knowing the uh, what happening within the algorithm, if my algorithm is weak, only knowing y can help the attackers to decrypt the text. So that why Kirchhoff told that you should also tell that what's going within your encryption, and let the other people of the world try to break your cipher or break your encryption system. So then only if we get some encryption system which nobody is able to break, that encryption system is said to be strong, not the encryption system which is not known to the world. So from 1970 onwards, we started to write a paper or to uh, tell the world that this is the encryption system and this is what happening within the encryption system. So you just have to use a unique key which is not known to the world to encrypt your data. And if the encryption system is strong, Oscar or Eve will not be able to break that encryption or to know your plain text. So hope you understand the gist of this introduction. In the next lecture, we will see some of the classical ciphers and see how the cryptography started initially. That's it for now. Thank you all. Bye bye. Have a good day.